in the harsh, fluorescent glow of an airport restroom. She dumped bleach on my mom's face, right there on the icy tiles, just because she thought we were too shabby, too sluggish, too unworthy of her pristine world of silk scarves and status. So I locked the door, shrugged off my jacket, and taught her a lesson that no chemical could wipe away. Her screams bounced off the walls, her perfect eyeliner streaked, and when that door swung open again, nothing was the same. But listen close once you hear what I did. You might never see a public bathroom the same way again. Airports aren't built for people like my mom, Clara. They're too loud, too glaring, too cold. Her steps were shaky, her faded wool coat missing a button from 2 winters ago. Her hair, once a deep chestnut, was now a frail gray bun, pinned with trembling hands. But her eyes, God, those eyes still carried a gentle warmth, too soft for this sharp-edged world. "Lila, this way," I said, steering her through a sea of sleek suits and designer bags. She nodded, like always, even when she wasn't sure. She called strangers honey. Now, sometimes even me, as if her mind was unraveling thread by fragile thread, and all she could do was smile and shuffle forward. A guy in a hurry clipped her shoulder, didn't look back. She flinched. I stepped in front, breathing deep. "Not here, not now." At the check-in kiosk, I showed her how to scan her ticket. Her hands fumbled, missed, tried again until the green light blinked. "See, Mom? You got it." I grinned. Her smile was small, unsure. It gutted me. Clara used to teach literature, 32 years in a classroom, her hands dancing over pages of Hemingway and Morrison like they were sacred. Now they shook holding a flimsy boarding pass. I left her by the restroom with a water bottle, said I'd be back in 2 minutes. 2 minutes. But when I returned, she was gone. Then I heard Ida's voice, sharp as a blade. "She doesn't belong here. This is for travelers, not vagrants." My stomach sank. My legs moved before my brain caught up. The voice came from the women's restroom, and so did the stench of bleach. I shoved the door open, heart pounding. The smell hit like a punch. Then I saw her, Clara, on her knees by the sink, soaked in a cloudy puddle. Her coat clung to her like wet paper, silver hair plastered to her face. She whimpered, wiping at her eyes. Above her stood a woman in a cream blazer, tailored to perfection. A gold brooch gleamed at her collar, her blonde bob stiff as a mannequin's. She gripped a nearly empty bleach bottle. "Get out," she hissed, voice like ice. "This isn't a homeless shelter." I stepped closer. "What did you say?" She turned, slow, like I wasn't worth her time. Her green eyes scanned me, head to toe. "Oh, you're with her." Her lip curled. "Makes sense." I glanced at the bleach, then at Mom, coughing on the floor. "You attack her?" My voice was low, but my nails dug into my palms. She was squatting by the sink, muttering, soaking her scarf like some lunatic, the woman said, while VYing a hand. I thought she was one of those drifters. Drifters? I echoed. She shrugged. Or crazy. Hard to tell. I knelt by Mom, who flinched at my touch. Her eyes were red. Her cheek blistered where the bleach had splashed. The woman's badge read Marissa. She clicked her heels, arms crossed, like this was her kingdom. "You have no clue what you've done," I said, standing. Marissa scoffed. "Save the theatrics. People like her don't belong in public if they can't act right. People like her, like Clara, was a smudge to be erased. Something cold settled in my chest, not rage burns out. This was deeper, like frost spreading. Marissa turned to leave. "Next time, keep your garbage where it belongs," she muttered. I reached the door first, locked it. She spun, startled. "What the hell?" I set my jacket down. "You touched the wrong woman today." Her eyes widened. I stepped forward. She stepped back. No one should see their mom on the floor, soaked, humiliated, treated like nothing. If you believe no parent deserves that, type 7 in the comments for every mom who's been ignored. Marissa's heels clicked against the tiles. "You're making a mistake," she warned, voice tight. "No," I said, locking eyes. "You made the mistake. You doused my mom in bleach because her coat's old, her hands shake, because you thought she wasn't worth sharing your air. She was filthy." Marissa snapped, pointing where Clara knelt, still whimpering. People like her spread germs. You're the filth. I growl, my voice shaking with something raw. You think you get to decide who's clean enough to exist. Marissa lifted her chin, but I saw her flinch. I'm a public figure, she said. I run $1 million HOA. I have lawyers' connections. I'll have you arrested. Arrest me, I said ice cold. I'd love to tell a judge you burned a 74-year-old woman with chemicals because she used a sink you didn't like. Her laugh cracked. Do you know what bleach does to asthma? Do you care? I stepped closer. Or is your money too loud to smell human skin? She glared, jaw tight. You don't scare me. I tilted my head. Then why are you shaking? She lunged to push past. I grabbed her wrist, slammed it against the stall door. The bleach bottle hit the floor, splashing her shoes. Touch me again, I said, teeth clenched, and you'll leave this airport on a stretcher. She yanked free, stumbled back, eyes wild. You're insane. No, I said. I'm done staying quiet. Clara coughed behind me, a frail sound that twisted my gut. See her? I pointed. She taught kids for 30 years. Paid taxes. Built lives. What have you done, Marissa? Bullied people over lawn ornaments. You don't know me, she hissed. I know exactly who you are, I said. You mistake cruelty for strength, and now you're stuck with someone who's got nothing to lose. Her back hit the wall. She raised her hands. Stay away. I kept walking. I'll scream, she gasped. Go ahead, I spat. The world will love the footage. Her eyes darted to the locked door. This is assault. No, I said, stepping closer. This is consequence. I slammed a stall door shut, the bang echoing. She flinched. You walk around like wealth's a shield, I snarled. But under that blazer, you're just rot. I kicked the bleach bottle. It skidded, hit the sink. You poured acid on someone's mom. For what? To feel big. She was ruining the bathroom. Marissa shouted, clinging to control. I didn't let her finish. I lunged, slammed my palm into her chest, pinned her against the sink. Her brooch popped off, clattered to the floor. She gasped. I beg you to stop. I growled, eyes burning. But you saw a problem, not a person. She swung. I caught her wrist, twisted, brought my elbow down on her forearm. Not to break it, but to hurt. She crumpled, clutching her arm, mascara running like ink. I grabbed her collar, dragged her to a stall. She screamed, flailed, but it was weak, desperate. Let go. I'll sue. Say her name. I snapped, VYing her toward the toilet. She thrashed. Say her name. I don't know it, she choked. Exactly, I hissed. You never cared. I let go. She collapsed, trembling, a shadow of the woman who'd stood so tall. I turned to Clara, knelt, took her hand. It's okay, Mom. She can't hurt you now. Marissa whimpered behind me, but she wasn't worth another glance. I pulled out my phone, hit record. No, don't film me. Marissa shrieked, scrambling back. I pointed the camera. You doused my 74-year-old mom in bleach, I said calm. Called her trash. Mocked her age. Said she was homeless because she wasn't fast enough for you. Marissa's voice broke. She was lurking. She was rinsing a scarf, I said, for my dad before he died. I panned to Clara, skin blotchy, eyes dazed. This is what power does when it's rotten, I said to the lens. Marissa Langston, HOA queen, thinks age is a crime, that anyone not like her should be erased. I turned back to her. You didn't see a human. You saw a nuisance. She lunged for the phone. I sidestepped. She tripped in her own puddle, pearls scattering like broken teeth. I leaned down, still filming. You brought bleach to cleanse my mom from your world. Now you're the stain. Footsteps echoed outside. Security. I hit upload, sent it to the cloud, and crouched by Clara. Let them come. Let them see. The VY Deo hit 20,000 VYUs before the guards reached the door. By the time they busted in, yelling, it was trending the bleach Marissa, the elder abuse. I raised my hands, calm, bruised, bloody. She needs a doctor, I said, pointing to Mom. One guard saw her face, called paramedics. Marissa slumped, soaked, shivering, the broken heel dangling. She attacked her, I said. I stopped her. They believed me, or maybe the world's reaction did. Within hours, news stations ran the story. By night, Marissa's face pale, swollen, Wild was everywhere. Comments flooded. This is who controls our neighborhoods. Sue her to nothing. My grandpa's got Parkinson's. If this happened to him, I'd lose it. Whistleblowers came forward. She'd find a vet for a flag. EVY Ted, a disabled couple over flowers, called the elderly eyesores. Her HOA empire fell. Sponsors fled. Her board ousted her. Her mansion got a for sale sign, tagged with EVY Ted. In the hospital, I held Clara's hand, her Ford dripping. She slept, safe, while Marissa's world burned. A nurse touched my shoulder. You saved her. That could have been my mom. I nodded, staring at my phone. A message. Primetime VYEW. Tell your story. I turned it off. Let the footage speak. Days later, I sat by Clara's hospital bed. She woke confused. Honey, she whispered, why are you crying? Just dust. I lied, wiping my face. She touched my hair. You cry when you're mad. Like after spelling bees, even when you won. I laughed, choked. Still do. She frowned. Did I hurt someone? My heart twisted. No, Mom. Someone hurt you. It's over. She smiled faintly. Then you fought for me. I took her hand. I'll always fight for you. She looked at the window. I don't remember much, but I remember you standing there, angry, tall. I'm safe now. A tear fell. I caught it. You are. I spoke on TV. No smiles, just truth. My mom learned to be in VY, Sybil dressed quiet, walked small. Then Marissa Langston told her she didn't belong, that her age, her slowness, deserved bleach. That's not just cruelty. It's erasure. I made sure the world saw. The crowd roared. Back home, Clara hummed, stroking the stained scarf. A letter came from a man whose wife had dementia. You didn't just save her, he wrote. You saved us all. At the airport, a plaque now honors the overlooked. I traced it, bowed, not for cameras, but for Clara, who never fought because I did. I'll do it again. Clara doesn't recall the bleach, only my voice, my stand. That's the lesson. We can't fix the world, but we can stand up in that moment for someone who can't. That's love, fierce and unshakable, the most radical thing we've got. So look out for the slow, the soft, the forgotten. When we fail them, we lose ourselves. This story's yours too, if you've ever wanted to scream for someone you love. Did I go too far? Was Marissa's ruin justice or vengeance? Type yes or no below, and tell me, would you have locked that door? Have you watched someone you love be humiliated and felt helpless? Share your story, hit like, subscribe, and pass this on to someone who needs to know they're not alone. Because sometimes what saves us is knowing someone saw and didn't look away.